Hi there, my name is Bugsy. Do you know what you're doing? No? Let's talk about it. Have you ever had a project that you've planned for a very long time that you really hope is going to turn out
Muy bueno!
but instead of it turning out any way of what you'd actually like it to be or how you'd want it to be, it just turns into a massive nightmare that slowly consumes everything that you wanted the project to be, and then it just becomes a huge negative stimuli? And then you're just sort of left standing there throwing your hands up in the air because you have no idea what to do? That is what I have been experiencing trying to finish up the second video for this channel, which, believe it or not, was not going to be this one. Anyways, I'll hand it over to pre-recorded me. Thank you, editing me. Actually, no, scratch that. I can do this myself. Let's start from the very beginning. You see, I've always been a very creative person, and one of the ways I've always liked to express my creativity is through my voice. I mean, I do writing and visual art and music and other stuff, but point is, I was trying to conceptualize a series based around specifically voice acting, improvised script writing, and also being able to throw in some visual art and maybe some music in there. And what I came up with was a series called the One Man's Picture Show, where the entire idea was I drew a picture and then I made a script based off of that picture, and at the same time, I would like voice act it and put music behind it, and it'd be like a small little improvised short movie kind of thing. Quick editor's note, the program has crashed like 15 times just up to this point in the video. I'm sure you're wondering, how is that relevant? The entire reason this video is being made is because of the constant technical issues I've had making One Man's Picture Show. Because somehow a video that is focused on voice acting over a mostly still image with some slight edits and some music is more taxing on my computer than editing the entire short film that I did, which was originally double the length that I put on YouTube, but whatever. So I'm just going to turn this misfortune into a freeform video with a bunch of stories and random comedic bits because I can. So let's have a little story, shall we?
I wonder what's for dinner.
So, Hesitation, the short film that I released as my first video, was a pretty big leap for me. You're currently seeing some footage and clips of it that are very sped up right now, but it was a very big step for me. I mean, obviously the entire theme is hesitation, but it was mostly talking personally about myself and why I've hesitated from pursuing the art that I've wanted to do for literal years, and why I've stopped myself from pursuing my own dreams for this reason, that reason, or another reason. And it's been received very well, and I appreciate all the support. And then I do what all content creators do, look at the analytics, observe how it's being perceived, and go, oh wow, this is doing numbers right now. Then I proceed to compare it to my actual expectations for myself, which are very reasonable. And I have a calm and appropriate reaction, like the mature adult that I am. So then I start thinking about the next move and all of the projects I have planned, and I start going through all my old projects and looking through things, and I grab a couple of them, and then I ask some of my friends in my Discord server, like, hey, which one of these do you think I should try first? And overwhelmingly, the one that was chosen was One Man's Picture Show. And so I figured, okay, simple enough. I already had a script idea in mind, so I started to draw, and I redrew the same thing like 15 times, was completely unhappy with the result every single time, and then I just got up and rage quit. And then I sat back down and took a look again because I realized I have to have one of these for the idea to work. But at the same time, I feel completely burnt out on this one piece of art that I can't seem to replicate the way I see it in my mind, so then I'm just like, okay, fine, I'll just use it. And try my best not to be insecure since I have to practice my drawing again anyway. So then I start recording the voice lines since I have the script and the photo and everything I need in my professional studio.
Don't ask why the keyboard is on the floor.
And then at the same time, I get the idea to turn my insecurity with my art into another video similar to Hesitation. So then I start recording footage for that video, and then once I'm done, I go right back to my professional studio.
Don't ask why the keyboard is on the floor.
Then I put all the clips of the other video in a separate project, and then went back to the One Man's Picture Show project and started working. Got about halfway through the voice lines, and then everything broke. In fact, it actually broke so bad that my monitor didn't work for a while, and I had to spend like half an hour fixing that. Which I find funny since that was one of the main plot devices in the Hesitation short film. So I restart my computer, and then I get back on, and it crashes all over again. And again. and again and again, and it becomes so problematic that I can't even open up the project without the entire program crashing. So I do some Googling, do some basic lookup, figure out that my program is out of date and that that's probably the reason why all of these issues are happening. So then I fiddle around with the program for a little bit, and then I start downloading the update and going through the instructions on the website and everything. Get all the way through the installation process, resetting everything up, and then I try to open it and... oh, well then I guess I just need to update my computer. Okay, I guess I just can't update anything. You see, that's what I originally thought, but I did update the program, and the program itself and all the projects also updated to a new version of this program that I can no longer open on my own computer, which means that every single project file has now become corrupted. And at this point, I was so frustrated and tired, I just gave up for like 2 days.
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
So at this point, I was incredibly frustrated and about to throw my hands up in the air entirely and just give up. However, I knew that there was a way to go back to the previous version of the program, and I figured that was at least worth the shot. After all, my files aren't deleted, and it's just the project files that got corrupted. What you're currently seeing on screen is the only project file that remained enough that I could properly render it, and funnily enough, it was actually the test video that I used in order to see if the program was rendering anything. So I figured if that project file managed to render properly, then maybe some of the others would, so I started testing.
Might I present to you the finest in voice acting entertainment, the One Man's Picture Show!
Needless to say, that's not how the video is supposed to go. Well then, why don't I just remake it? I mean, after all, if the files survived, I can just redo it, right? Hey, past me.
That's me.
Did we manage to save all the voice recordings in like a separate file or something?
Hey, it's gone.
What do you mean it's gone? I mean, it took a day to record those voice lines.
I don't know.
Okay, well, all is still not lost. I mean, I have the script for the second video
Well,
at least.
I wrote it, but I didn't save it.
Are you kidding me? You didn't save your own script.
Yeah.
And why didn't you?
Whoop-de-daisy.
So, because I had grown way too complacent with the fact that things were working for so long, I made a lot of careless mistakes in the process of actually making these videos and didn't really do anything to potentially back up anything, because why would my software fail?
My boy, you will die.
Gee, all these technical difficulties sure make me hesitate on finishing the series, and they make me hesitate on trying this again, and it really makes me want to hesitate when it comes to...
Gee, that joke sure got old fast. Almost like your mom joke. Speaking of your mom jokes...
Hey Mom, what do you think I should do in my current predicament?
Anyways, in all seriousness, this is the part of the video where I get personal. Because normally I don't let anything like this actually drag me down, but it's just been a really, really long, tiring past half decade. Hell, even just the past year. In fact, let's go over this past year. Lightning round! I got autism, I lost all of my diagnosis, my life, lost my job, my life expenses, one of my bosses lost my technology, no financial assistance. Sorry, I have a bad coping mechanism where I try to turn all the bad things that happen in my life into a joke. Anyway, every person has their breaking point, and while I've been able to recover from those breaking points several times, it's getting very tiring just surviving when I still have yet to know how to live at 24 years old. Which is a part of why hesitation was so big for me personally, because I was finally able to experience what it's like getting a creative project done and finished and out there. And now that I'm having these constant technical issues trying to finish up any of my other projects, I am heavily, heavily discouraged And admittedly, a part of me has actually wanted to give this up, but I know that as soon as I do that, I give up any chance of achieving my dreams at all. Which finally circles back to the very beginning of this video.
Squadala, we are off!
So, I'm just some random guy living in the boonies on an island town surrounded by canyons, who originally worked as one of the people trying to save lives in the hospital, then became one of the people spending their entire life in the hospital as a resident, and not the career kind, who's always had a flair for the theatrics and had a ton of creative projects that he's been sitting on and working on for a long time, and yet never releasing because, say it with me now, he was
hesitated.
scared.
What?
Oh, Dude, come on. I thought this was another bit with hesitation.
Get out of here.
because
That
that's
joke got
like
old
the-
like 3 minutes ago.
Anyways, back to the main point. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I kind of do. I know how to make short films. I know how to write and draw and do a lot of the creative stuff I want to do, but I don't have the financial ability to do those things a lot of the time. And this stuff with the editing software and the issues with my aging computer have made me realize that, I mean, I don't even really know how I'm going to get this going as a reasonable business. I'd love to. I really would, but I mean, the kind of content that I want to start out with is not the stuff that YouTube really promotes. And in order to get to where I actually want to be, I need a lot more money and a lot more things that I just reasonably can't afford at this moment. And it's like, sure, I can ask people to donate me money or set up a Patreon or something like that, because then I'd be able to get some income from this. But if I can't even hold a job right now, who's to say I can even keep this going consistent enough that it'll make enough money? Or at least, satisfy my supposed customer base, which I don't have right now. All of these questions and more, I can't answer. And, I don't know. I've got a lot of other things I've been working on. I've been working on my EP and my first album, which I plan to release eventually. I've been working on a book. I've been working on a lot of other creative projects, so I guess for now, I'm just gonna take a break from making videos, even though this is only the second one, because I need to restructure all of this with what's happened recently. But don't worry, I'll come back and I'll have a lot of things that'll be coming out, and I'll still be working on the One Man's Picture Show, but for now, I just kind of need to take a break from this and, I don't know, live a little.